All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin. First off, I have to say something. I'm really sorry about yesterday's video. I made a video yesterday. I explained right as we are at our major pitchfork support that we were at this support and that we could see a bounce from here up to the top. Now, we did not, we front ran that. But I just realized when I was about to make this video today that I had set it on private instead of public. And I think so. I am sorry about that. I just made that video public, so you can go watch that video. You can see that I did make the video before the price action happened, and we had a few things play out just like I wanted to. Bitcoin here, Chainlink, and Solana. All right, guys. So sorry about that. I will make sure this one's public. And anyways, let's go through the price action here. Now, going to the Coinbase chart, I had been following this descending channel, which I talked about in yesterday's video as well. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, it might be good to go review that video. I changed the channel. My original channel was at this level here, and then based off of this new low, because this channel was created before this low happened, based off of this new low and a couple of me and the guys talking about it in the Discord, we determined that this low here is actually a more respected low. The midline's more respected. The channel overall is more respected. So I moved the low to that low there. Now, that was before any of this price action here even happened. And you can see we did last night bounce at the bottom of the midline of the channel here. And it was also at the bottom of our much bigger pitchfork. Now, let me zoom out on this and cover this again today, just in case you don't watch the video I made yesterday that I just made public. If we go on to our daily chart here, you can see how well this pitchfork band support has been held on the daily level. Held all through here at the beginning of our November 11th range, held here, held all through here. I mean, we saw a few wicks past it, but no daily closes really past it. And then even on our flash crash on Sunday, we did not close any daily levels past it, and that is kind of what's holding us up right now as well. We're really waiting for the golden pocket touch at 95.5 to 95.2, but we still haven't got there, and what's holding us up right now is this pitchfork band, the bottom of the pitchfork, and this is a very strong support. Now, also, you guys, because we've come so close to this golden pocket, let me go back in here and let me go into the hourly chart. I have been waiting for this golden pocket here to be hit all day long. And let me get rid of this. I just had that as an alert line set for me. Naked daily point of control, golden pocket. We front ran it here yesterday. We front ran it earlier today. We front ran it a few times on lower time frames. And because we're at our bigger pitchfork band of support and this support is just below us, there is a possibility, and because we front ran it so closely here, anytime you front run a level like this super close and see a failed bounce, the next time you can just bust straight through it. So, and we're obviously doing the bearish back test of our channel that we got into, and we could see a flush straight through it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, let me explain what happened yesterday. We bounced from the midline here. We also bounced from the bottom of the pitchfork here, and I did say that this could be the low and that we could bounce up, or I said we could bounce from here to make a newer low. We could come take the liquidity of yesterday's high, of the earlier yesterday's high, and then come take the golden pocket. Now, overnight, we did get that bounce exactly like I was predicting from this level. We got the bounce, and we came up and we pretty much made a double top of this area. We didn't even quite make a double top. We just front ran it. And what I was wanting to see, and it's really a shame that we didn't get this, I wanted to see a bounce from this pitchfork here, get a move up into this purple box here to actually SFP the highs that we made yesterday here into our naked daily point of control and into the top of the pitchfork band. Because you can see we're at the bottom. We bounced from the bottom of the pitchfork band. I was looking at the top of the pitchfork band being our resistance where we could look for a short, a scalp short, down to the golden pocket. Now, we didn't quite get up there. Earlier this morning, it was an early New York session. We were up towards the top. We topped out, and we got the dump. You can see our first bounce here. Let me zoom into the 15-minute chart. We did bounce off of our VWAP here, got a little move back up, and then busted through it. And ever since then, we've kind of been chopping around down near this pitchfork support. But let me go into the Bybit chart. Another thing that we saw, and I said this earlier today in the Discord, if any of you guys were in the Discord following along, I talked about, we had this breakout out of the channel. We even came back and back tested it bullishly to the dollar, and started pumping up past our large point of control here on Coinbase. Now, I talked about if we lose this point of control and re-enter back within the channel, that's a really bearish sign, and that means we definitely might come for the golden pocket, if not lower. Well, what happened? Let's zoom in onto the 15-minute chart. You can see we did drop back within it. We tried to bounce in this area here. We couldn't. We dropped back within it, back tested it. Now that we re-entered, back test to confirm re-entry back into the channel, made new lows, came back for another sort of back test, even though it was front run a bit, made new lows again in SFP, these local lows, back tested it a third time, rejected, back tested a fourth time, rejected. Fifth time, we tried to get above it, but we couldn't even close a 15-minute candle above it, really. And now we're chopping around right underneath this here. So what I'm presuming that's going to happen, and this is just speculation, so take this with a grain of salt, I think it would be nice to make one more rejection down into this golden pocket. We would also, in that case, get the local SFP of earlier today's lows, stop out all the people that prematurely have been longing, because there have been some longers that have been coming in this price action here. So if we come down one more time, stop out all the early longers, actually hit our support level, because our golden pocket hasn't been hit either, and our naked daily point of control hasn't been hit. So it would be really nice to get a drop back down to take those levels there, to actually hit into support, stop out all the late early longers, and then see the break of the channel and come up for at least these highs at the naked daily point of control at 99,340. My one concern about this, though, my one concern about now this golden pocket is we front ran it so closely. And oftentimes when you front run a major support like this so closely and you get a failed bounce before then, you can bust straight through it on your next time. So I'm concerned that we might just bust straight through it down to our channel midline. Another thing that I was looking at, I talked about that golden pocket, but let me turn on the golden pocket. That's not that one. Let's see here. Is it this one? Let me just re-pull the golden pocket real quick. All right, so we'll go on to the 3-hour chart. Now that golden pocket pull obviously is just from the lows on the flash crash to the highs that we made. If we pull that over to our area, you can see that's where my box is, but I'm going to put it on the 786 as well. So let me go ahead, get rid of that now, and we'll zoom back in here onto the 15-minute chart. So one of the things that I am worried about is we might bust through this and we might come to SFP, these key lows, into our 786. So if we break this golden pocket, I do like this SFP liquidity grab right there, right here, because this was the start of our, like if we look at this as like a double 1-2-1-2, a third wave impulse, and there are 4-5-4-5 up here. Then this was the start of our third wave, and this was the start of the most volume-filled, most aggressive move to the upside. So there was a lot of longers in this area here, and there was a lot of volume. So we have key liquidity resting below that third wave there. Now, that means that we could, if this golden pocket fails, we could come down to like the midline / 786 area, SFP, and stop out those people, and then see the recovery here. That's only if the golden pocket doesn't hold. I still think the golden pocket has a good possibility of holding. I am going to be looking for longs at the golden pocket, but only if we see confirmation. And what is confirmation for me? On the 15-minute and under, we want to be seeing bull divs. Now, this is really a shame that we got this front run here, just right here, just by a few dollars here, a few $100s, because we were seeing really nice divs. You can see lower lows on the price action all through here, and you can see on our momentum wave indicator, higher lows here. Let me get this pulled up here. Let's see. What did I just do? There we go. All right. So yeah, lower lows in the price action, higher lows in the momentum indicator. Now our money flow was still coming down, and that was a sign that these divs might not give us too much of a bounce, which is what's happening as we speak. So, and our money flow still, you can see, is coming out pretty aggressively on the 15-minute, and we cannot get back above this channel. So this is a bad sign for me. But what I want to see coming into this golden pocket is I do want to see local bull divs in order to take a long here. I am not just going to blindly long this because we front ran it, and I just need to see confirmation to get in. So So far, we're not seeing any bull divs anymore because these 15-minute bull divs played out with only this small move up here. If we zoom in onto the 6-minute, let's see if the 6 minutes giving us. So the 6-minute overall is still giving us some bull divs. I mean, we had majority of the bull divs were coming in this area here. You can see lower lows in the price action, higher lows in the momentum waves. We are still making overall lower low momentum waves, or more shallow momentum waves. So if we come down for another low and make a real shallow momentum wave, like if we do something like we do this and then roll over, make another shallow momentum wave, but we come down and make these lows, we would be seeing overall bull divs through all of this, and that would give me enough of a signal to attempt a long. Now, what I would be waiting for is primarily within this golden pocket, I actually want to see the naked daily point of control hit. Gosh dang it. So I actually want to see that naked daily point of control hit in the middle of the golden pocket. And once, what I'm going to be waiting for is for that naked daily point of control to 0.65 to be hit. And then I'm going to wait for a small bounce and then long it once I see a confirmation of some strength in here, maybe look at 1 minute time frame. And then I would put my long below whatever wick was made into this golden pocket, or maybe just give it a little bit of breathing room. Put it there. You know, you could put your long at like the, you know, around here, and then you'd put your stop below whatever low was made. Of course, we would have to look at the top of the channel being a resistance again. Looks like we're trying to break out of the channel now, but it is only a 6-minute candle here. Daily close just happened, so that's why we're seeing some price action right now. It's because daily close. But anyways, that's kind of what I'd be looking for this long. Now, as far as CVD divs, we are not really seeing any bullish CVD divs here, which is a bit concerning as well. I really would like to see bullish CVD divs coming into this golden pocket where we could be seeing lower lows in the price action. For bullish CVD divs, I mean higher lows in the price action here. Now, see, CVD absorption's a little bit hard here because obviously we'd be making lower lows. And for CVD, bullish CVD absorption, you want to see higher lows on the price action. You want to see your CVD continuing to go down and your open interest continuing to go up here. So we have our open interest going up. CVD is kind of flat, honestly, since this area here, like, yeah, it's kind of flat here. It's a little bit lower, but overall in this area, it's been going up here. And then we would want to see higher lows. But what we could look for is after we hit into our golden pocket, see a small bounce there, and we can zoom in real closely. If we're making another little lower low, we could look for the CVD absorption then there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now on the CVD. It's going to be hard to see CVD absorption down here because obviously we're going to be making a lower low. What would be best actually is you can see that we're kind of forming a range now in this area, a sideways range. So what if we just continue to range for a bit here, finally take the liquidity of this low here into our golden pocket, then come up and start to range a little bit more, maybe come to the top of the range, reject, and then get into the point of control of that range and then explode out. And then that would give us the opportunity, higher lows on the price action. We could go into the CVD, look for lower lows on the CVD. So that's kind of what I'm watching for here. Now, if we do front run this golden pocket again and we attempt another breakout of this channel and come up to these highs first, I don't think this golden pocket's going to hold anymore. I think that the reason why we're holding so strongly where we are right now at the front run is because it's our pitchfork band of support that's really held us so strongly. And, you know, we just closed our daily candle, 4 minutes ago? One of the reasons I think this is holding so much is we are really trying to hold not a daily close below this. So now that the daily's reopened and the wick didn't close below it, now we have 23 and a half hours to wick down below into the golden pocket and still close the daily candle above this trend. So that's what I think is important. Maybe that's why we're holding off until the daily close. That's speculation on my part, but I do think this trend here is a very important trend of support. And if we do start to lose it and close dailies below it, we could come much lower. Also, look at this, you guys. If we do lose this, and we could just SFP the lows into our value area low again of the range from November 11th, or we could dump really hard, take the SFP of 85K into our pitchfork midline, and then go. Now, this 85K dead cat bounce, the very start of the liquidity at the start of our range is a very, very important liquidity grab. So that is an area where we could dump all the way to 85K, hit into the pitchfork midline, and then continue higher. I don't want to see that. I want to see this range hold, and I want to see us at least make another higher low around 104, 103 to 105, really. Because we do have that 103K, which is the value area high up here, along with our golden pocket that was front run on Bybit, but we hit it on Coinbase. And I also want to, we have some 104, 750-ish, I believe. Let me go into my Coinbase chart. Let's go back onto the 2-hour chart. Let's go into Coinbase here. And so, yeah, you guys, we have our 103 value area high with our golden pocket up there, but we didn't hit the value area high and we didn't hit the 6.5 of the golden pocket. So that's why I think a SFP of this high here into our value area high and 6.5 of the golden pocket would be nice. If we don't do that, we have our 104,732. We have a naked daily point of control. We have a few things up there. I think I have the box turned off. Let's see. So that box did work, obviously, there. Yeah, that's where we rejected the other day from our golden pocket and our anchor VWAP, all that. Okay, so I can get rid of that box now. That's played out. Let's see. I know. We have the point of control of our upper range up here. We have our naked daily point of control up there, and I believe it's the 786 as well that is up there. Yeah, in this area here. So this is the area here. I don't know where my box went for that. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at there. This area, if this 103 doesn't hold, then this area up here is pretty nice. But we're still very far away from that. We're still down here working on this area here. Now, what we can do here is we are starting to form a smaller range in here. So we could take the volume profile and we can just go from like the bottom of the flash crash over. And we can see, of course, our value area high is aligning with that anchored VWAP. And that's around 99,800, 99,900, 99,860 to 99,900 in this area. And then we do have our value area low aligning with the golden pocket. So this golden pocket has many confluences. That's why I want to come down and hit this so badly. I'm so mad that yesterday's video was privated and you guys didn't get to see it before a lot of this price action happened, because I gave a couple setups on it, like on Chainlink and Solana, exactly what I said kind of happened, and they were good setups to look at, and I explained the reason why I was looking at them, and just as scalp plays, but I'll make sure that this one's public. Okay, let me get this out of the way here. So really right now we're just waiting on Bitcoin. We need to see a sign of strength. We are still messing around with this channel here, and we're starting to form more of a lower range in this. Well, we have two ranges that we could play. I mean, very, very small time frame scalp range that we can look at is like this range here that we're seeing here. So we're coming up to the value area high now. You can see our value area low has been holding since we started to more maturely form this scalp range. But I do think we do have, the same range, this range here, and that, yes, this is an even smaller range, not including down to the flash crash lows, but this is, you can see we've kind of been going sideways from here. And if we do hold this value area low, obviously we're breaking the point of control. The golden pocket of this range is going to be around our golden pocket retrace from today's highs to the lows, right around our golden pocket. So this, and then of course our 786 is around the POC retest. So this is locally 98K, I would say. And then, the 98,500-ish area. But I don't, well, it doesn't matter what I want to see. So never mind about that. Okay, and other than that, that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. I do want to see us hit this golden pocket. If we keep front running it, we'll just have to kind of see about this. If we bust through it. I'm going to be looking for this SFP into the channel midline in 786. Now, I did talk about this yesterday in the video, and I'll talk about it again here. So let me, I also want to show you guys this real quick too. So the past few, about week, I've been talking about a bearish pitchfork that we had been in, and I created the bearish pitchfork. Let me zoom out here onto the 6-hour chart. I created the bearish pitchfork from the all-time high to our first deep seek flash crash lows up to the high that we made, the lower high that we made. Now, originally, I had this pitchfork as an original pitchfork. Let me get this here. And I had it as original pitchfork, and it was being respected because we were in kind of a strong downtrend here. So we were playing that pitchfork as we were crashing over the weekend. And then, of course, when we came up, we hit the top of the pitchfork and rejected from the top of the original pitchfork. And we've been chopping around in this band ever since. But what I did is I said, okay, this pitchfork is getting a really kind of aggressive to the downside. We would have to, in order to continue to trade in this, we'd have to continue aggressively to the downside. So I'm going to go ahead and change that same pitchfork to a modified skiff pitchfork, and it's going to give us more of the rangy price action since we're starting to range now. So you can change it to a modified, and if we zoom in here, we can see how well now this modified pitchfork is holding here. You can see that we rejected from the top of the band, came down, back tested the channel midline after losing it, came down to the bottom of the band, held the bottom of the band, came up to the midline, rejected the midline, came down to the bottom of the band, support at the bottom of the band, came up to the midline. That's where we rejected earlier today. And that might by the way, this is maybe one of the reasons we front ran the high and rejected, although it looks like on this exchange we didn't front run it. Let me go into this. This is Bybit here. Did we front run? Yeah, we did front run it. Okay, never mind. But anyways, rejected from the channel midline, even back tested the channel midline again here, dropped to the bottom of the band. We're holding the bottom of the band overall on the hourly, and now we're trying to break above the band, back test the band, and continue higher. I just want to see the golden pocket hit. I just want to see it, but it doesn't matter what I want to see. The market does what it does. Anyways, the reason why I switched this to a modified is because we're starting to range. Really, this is our range here now sideways. From here to here, you can see we're starting that sideways range, bouncing between the pitchfork midline and the pitchfork band support. Pitchfork midline, pitchfork band support. So we can pull a volume profile. You can also see we're at the value area low area. And then our value area high and point of control is up here. Now on the other exchange, the point of control was down here, more lower. But you can see we do have that Coinbase point of control that's really close. That's a big Coinbase CB. POC means Coinbase point of control because I just wanted to put that on this chart. And it is around our midline, again, of our bearish pitchfork. Now, this is a different pitchfork than our big multi-day pitchfork where we're trading at a much bigger band support. This is a much more important pitchfork, this pitchfork, because it's a higher time frame pitchfork that is being respected on more macro levels. This is just like a rangy scalp pitchfork, not that one, this one here. So we do have the bottom of the pitchfork of this pitchfork, depending on time-wise, if we range for a bit, those lows that I just told you guys about that I would love to see in SFP if our golden pocket breaks. If we break the golden pocket and don't find it as support and we come down to our 786 area, then these lows here into the bottom of the pitchfork, the SFP into the bottom of the pitchfork, could be the other level where we bounce from. So these lows right here are key lows to be watching. Okay, also, yesterday I talked about our volume and why I think this whole section down, let me go to the Coinbase chart, why this whole channel down to the downside here is corrective price action after our impulse. So on our impulse, we got our wave one here. Let me zoom in on this to make it a bit easier. I'll go to the 30-minute chart. And we can see that 5-wave impulse that we got. It looks like it's like a double 1-2. So our first wave here, first wave retrace. Second wave, second wave retrace. 1-2, 1-2. So a double 1-2, a 1-2, 1-2. Third explosion to the upside was here, 3. Then our 4, 5, 4, 5. So if you have a double 1-2, you'll have a double 4-5 up here in your Elliott waves in an impulse. If it's just a single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you only have 1, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 4, 5. But if it's a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So it's just a more complex impulse pattern than that basic impulse pattern. And so we had our impulse here. Since our impulse, with an impulse, you want to see an increase in volume. Now you can see we did see quite a big increase in volume here on our green candle on the start of the impulse, and we did see in our wave 3, which in your wave 3 you want to see the highest volume. We did see the highest volume in our wave 3 here. This tells me that this was a valid impulse to the upside. Now, after an impulse to the upside, an impulse finishes, we had our double 1-2 impulse finish, you often see a correction. And this is why a couple days ago in the video, I was talking about the ABC correction that I wanted to see, our A wave here, our B wave here, our C wave here. We actually got that. We can actually even see that we got that. That was our ABC correction. Now, I wanted the C wave to come down to the golden pocket, but the reason why our C wave ended where it did is because if we take our trend-based Fibonacci extinction, we go from the highs of A to the lows of A to the highs of B. You can see our 1-to-1 fib extinction target was hit pretty much to the dollar. Now, the 1-to-1 fib extinction target is one of the main targets in an ABC correction. So we had our ABC correction, and then now it looks like we're starting to form more of a complex correction. So a complex correction is like pretty much multiple corrective price action movements within a bigger correction to the downside. And this whole thing here is a bigger correction to the downside. So let me finish explaining why that is. You can see that as we have been decreasing, as we've been dropping all through here, overall, our volume is going lower and lower and lower as we're going lower in price here. So that tells me that this is an impulse of price action to the downside. It's a corrective price action to the downside. We're going down with decreasing volume, not increasing volume. So that after the impulse, we see a correction, and then we could see another impulse to the upside. Now, this could be a bigger ABC correction after our flash crash. We could make a lower high at the value area high and then come for 85K. So that is a bearish scenario, more macro bearish scenario we need to keep in mind. But we're not there yet. We're still analyzing the corrective price action here. We haven't even made our other impulse yet. So overall, this could be a correction here. You can even see on the pump up that we made last night while I was sleeping. Most of this move was while I was sleeping last night. Look at the volume on this move. This could have told you that this wasn't the start of an impulse. Now, in yesterday's video, I did talk about we could start an impulse from this low here. I hope you guys do go watch at least the first 10 minutes of that video, because we were literally right here as I was making the video, and I was talking about we could hold here, we could see a 1 to the top here, do a 2 wave to back test our channel, and then we would want to see the explosion in our 3 wave out. But we didn't get we didn't get an impulse, and we could tell that because this volume through here was just so low. As we were rising up through here, it was all so low volume. So what that could have given you a hint on, volume is really important to pay attention to in markets, because if you're rising like this, even though this does look pretty straight up, even on the 30-minute, if your volume is declining the whole time, it's more likely that the breakout of this channel, this descending channel, is going to be a fake out. So we kind of came out of it a little bit. Yes, we did come back and back test it, but you could have said, okay, this is probably going to be a failed breakout. Now, most people would think the failed breakout would be the SFP of this high into our naked daily point of control. That's what I thought, and that's what I was watching for. That's why I didn't short up here. I was just waiting for a little bit higher. But the reason why we were looking for this to be a failed breakout is because our volume was decreasing the entire move up here. And so that is a sign of a weak move to the upside. More of like bot trading or just, low volume push to the upside, weak push to the upside. Also, if we go into our open interest here, and let's go into the 15-minute chart. And you can see also on this push up, I mean, we were seeing some open interest come in here. Our open interest rise. Yeah, I guess we were seeing some open interest rise through here, but our CVD wasn't too bull. I mean, we were seeing longs come in through all of that. But they also got wrecked at the top. You can see here, We had all this open interest increasing during this whole move up here. So if open interest is increasing, open interest is new money entering the market if it's going up. Open interest is the amount of positions opening or closing. So when open interest is going down, that means positions are closing. When open interest is going up, that means new positions are opening up. We can tell those positions were long positions because from our low here, if we look at our low here, you can see overall our CVD was increasing during this move. So that means new money was coming into the market. That new money was long positions that were coming into the market. Well, guess what happened to those guys? They longed too early, and because we failed to break out, we got our big dump to the downside. Here, we started dumping the downside. Look at the open interest flushed so hard through all of this. All those positions got stopped out. And a forced stop out on a long position is a market sell. That's why our CVD was going down, because we were having all those people market sell, and we can tell that it was these positions that were closing out, these positions through here that opened up through here, because our open interest is dropping now, and it dropped right back pretty much right to the level where they were. So all the people that long this got wrecked. They just got stopped out or liquidated, really. And now we're just starting to form chop around here. This chop is just, we do have some new money coming into the market right now, which could be another fake breakout, to be honest. I mean, it's too early to tell that yet, but that's kind of what we're seeing here. That's how you can read open interest and volume to tell if it's going to be a strong move or a weak move. Now, this, man, it's going to be really annoying if we front run this golden pocket again and start to move up now without hitting this golden pocket. It's been happening a lot the last month. I've covered it. I've been joking about it in my videos, but gosh, it's annoying because you do definitely want to be patient and sit on your hands and wait for support to come to be hit before you actually enter your trade. You just have a higher probability of making the trade if you wait, if you be patient. But lately, we've been front running them just barely on multiple time frames, multiple moves. Just like this high here the other day. Now it did hit into Coinbase's golden pocket. Once again, that's why I like Coinbase chart better. But you can see we did hit the 618 on Coinbase of this move to the upside from the flash crash. But if we go on to Bybit's chart and we look at our golden pocket, you can see our 618 here, this green line right here, got front ran. It hit on Coinbase, but it did not hit on Bybit. We did hit into the weekly perfectly, and there was also a naked weekly point of control up there, but we did not hit into our golden pocket here on Coinbase, on Bybit, excuse me. So yeah, we could see the front run of the golden pocket. Would it be a shame? Heck yeah, it would be a shame, because then I wouldn't get that trade. All right, so anyways, that's Bitcoin for you guys. We're bouncing right now from this pitchfork band here. We still have not come down to the golden pocket. What we could do too is we could range for a bit in here, all through here, until the golden pocket aligns with the bottom of the band. Now that might not be till tomorrow morning, but if we want to see that golden pocket align with the bottom of the band, let's actually take a look at that here. So let's go ahead and pull that golden. Let me go here. We'll do that golden pocket pull from low to high. We'll check out where the golden pocket is right below us, and it would align with the band. I just don't like how far away that is. Let's see. So around this area here, and this is Saturday. Gosh, I hope we don't range till Saturday. So I don't like that idea anymore. Never mind about that idea. I mean, ideally, we would like to come see the golden pocket hit sooner than later. Another thing, you guys, we can tell about correction. So after you have an impulse to the upside, if your correction lasts too long, then there is something, then we might not see another impulse to the upside after a correction. It could be part of a much larger complex, like a flat correction. Now, a flat, we could, we pumped up here, we made a lower high, and our flat correction could be coming all the way back down to grab the liquidity of the lows and then come up. And that's your flat correction, your ABC flat correction. And the flat correction would take these lows down here of the flash crash. So if our smaller correction that we're in right now takes too long, we might be seeing a more larger complex correction or a more larger correction in the making. And what we can do is, they have the fib time tool, so trend-based Fibonacci time. So you go from the low of the impulse to the high of the impulse, and you double click it, and you can see really your correction should take longer than your impulse, or oftentimes at least 1-to-1. You want to see at least a 1-to-1. So that means however long this takes, when we get to our 1-to-1 fib time, that means the correction takes the same amount of time as the pump did. But you can see our correction is all the way past the 3 fib time now. Really, if it gets past the 4 fib time, we got to start speculating that this could be a much larger correction. Let's just change this to 4 real quick. Yeah, so the 4 is this Thursday. This is Thursday. Oh, the 4 is in just a few hours. Yeah, you know what? It's looking a little bit shady here. I mean, we need to go down. It would be ideal to come down to the golden pocket very soon and then start our impulse to the upside. Now, the market doesn't do what's ideal all the time, especially with crypto. All right, that's enough for Bitcoin. Let me go into Ethereum real quickly, because in Ethereum here, I did talk about this yesterday. Actually, let me go to the USD Coinbase chart. In yesterday's video, I really talked about how this pink line here, that's our weekly ascending channel that we've been in since 2022. I talked about how it is super, super key to close our weekly candle above this channel, at or above this channel. Now, we did, after the pump, we pumped up to backtest our local value area low. We rejected from the value area low, came back down to the bottom of the log channel, that weekly log channel, and you can see we got a strong bounce from there. So after we got that bounce and we came up, I set a channel from this pivot to that low, and we were kind of trading in this channel. Afterwards, we came down to the bottom of the channel again. Then we pumped to the top of the channel. We rejected, I think yesterday we were rejecting from the top of the channel right as I was making the video, or it might have been a little bit after that. But then we came back down, and we're starting to form a range in here. We did have that fake break out of the channel, just like Bitcoin did, and now we're re-entering, and we came in yesterday's video. I made this box in yesterday's video. Now, this box is our box of support. Just because it's our weekly log channel support, it is our channel descending channel midline. Now, I made it when it was right around over here, so it's no longer our descending channel midline, and it's our 786 as well, of the move from this low to this high. Here it was around, or was it that low? Let me do that pull real quick. From low to high. Yeah, 786 was in there as well. So that is why I was looking at this box to hold us, and it really does have to hold us, because it doesn't have to hold us right now. We could wick down and still close the weekly above this pink line, but this pink line is going to be really key to close the weekly above. So far, this box of support is overall holding us. And actually, we kind of saw a 3 drives pattern here. Let me show you guys this. This looks like kind of a 3 drives pattern. So let me go hide this here. And what a 3 drives pattern is when you have your initial low that's made here, then you do like a fake bounce. You come back and you SFP that low. So this is our first SFP of that low. Made another bounce, and then you SFP the second low. So we made another bounce. We came back. We SFP'd the second low. Created our 3 drives pattern. 1, 2, 3, pump. But if Bitcoin does drop again, then Ethereum's probably going to drop again as well. But we did see the local 3 drives pattern. I just noticed that right now. So I haven't looked too much at Ethereum today, because I'm mostly focusing on Bitcoin and Solana. All right. Anyways, we do have, if we do a volume profile, we kind of can pull the volume of this range of the descending channel, or now it's looking like a more sideways range. Overall, we're trying to hold the value area low right now. We're at the point of control area. If we can pump up, just like with Bitcoin, our local golden pocket from the highs of the highs that we made earlier today to our lows that we made earlier today. Now, on this one, the golden pocket is quite a bit lower than our value area high. Bitcoin, the golden pocket was really close to the value area high, but that 786 is right at that value area high. So 28.15 to like 28.10, 28.10 to 28.15 is our local resistance if we're just going to play this range here. Other than that, I wouldn't pay too much attention to Ethereum. I did talk about, I think I talked about this in yesterday's video. When we pumped on this aggressive pump back up to the upside, this was our box of resistance. And it was our box of resistance because it was the value area low of a big range that we had just broken down. We hit into that. There was a couple other things there as well, and I had them marked out. I explained it in yesterday's video. If you want to go check out yesterday's video, you can. And our golden pocket was there. Our golden, yeah, value area low, golden pocket there. And so, actually, this golden pocket pull might be. Yes, that is our golden pocket. From the highs before the flash crash to the lows, we had our golden pocket there. So that's why when we came back up into here, it was the retest of the value area high of this bigger range here. This range where it's like this upper range, this lower range, and this upper range, all three combined into one bigger range now, because we could just say that's one bigger range. And it was the value area low retest of the broken range as well as our golden pocket. And that's why we rejected on Ethereum where we did a couple days ago, because it was the bearish backtest to the value area low, golden pocket, and now we're kind of forming a range right below it, which is in some ways a bad sign. So key to close above this pink line. I still do think this box is resistance. That's why it's still on the chart, because it is still overall our resistance. We could come up SFP these highs into the golden pocket, because once again, we did not actually hit the golden pocket on Ethereum. We front ran it. So just like Bitcoin with Bybit, it front ran the golden pocket just barely. We did front run it. So now we have a liquidity grab into actually touching the golden pocket at 28.85. No, sorry, 29.24 to our golden pocket area above. So that's where I'd be looking at for local resistance. And then, of course, to the downside, we still have a couple things here. We have our 0.5 at the bottom of the channel, but now as time is going and we're ranging more, it might, if we continue to range, it might align with the midline of the channel a little bit more. We do have this liquidity grab down here. And what we could actually do is pull a volume profile of like this entire part here. Yeah, our value area low, we're bouncing from now. If Ethereum starts to dump again, oh man, we could see a quick dump though, because we're losing our weekly log channel. So just be careful scalping in this area, because it could be a flush all the way down. We did not SFP these lows here. This is an SFP of like 2021 lows or something, June 2022 lows. So that 2116 into this area, and this is this blue box is just an important multi-year support resistance flip box. I've shown that in prior videos. You can watch that in other videos if you need that. All right, Solana. So this is what I was talking about yesterday on Solana, and it was really nice because we got the perfect move that I wanted to see on Solana. Yesterday, right as I was making the video, yes, here we go. We were in this, we were coming down here. We started to lose our value area low of the bigger range, but also I was looking at it. So let me zoom in onto the hourly chart here. And I was playing this range here because we kind of started to form a more sideways range between this area and this area. And anytime we were coming down to the value area low, we were seeing bounces. And actually, I had pulled it, this range actually had all the way to here, because this is when we lost it yesterday. And so I was playing this range, and anytime we were coming down to the value area low, we were bouncing, and I was like, come on, we just need to come a little bit lower to our naked daily point of control. I want to see a bounce. So I said in yesterday's video, I shorted, I think it was 212 or something like that. I shorted up there, and my take profit level was going to be the naked daily point of control. Yesterday, we had finally lost the range. We had front run the naked daily point of control here. We came up for a small bounce, and finally today, earlier today, finally came down, and we hit the naked daily point of control, took profit. Actually, that was yesterday. I longed this here as well. In the video, you can see I just talked about, I just longed the naked daily point of control. We were starting to pump, And I did talk about where is going to be my take profit because this was just a scalp for me. I was right about to go to bed in a couple hours. I had put my stop right below that wick. I had longed a little bit afterwards, I think like 196.5 ish or something like that. And I said, where am I going to be looking for the TP to close out completely on this scalp? I'm going to be looking for the TP at the bearish back test of our range that we lost, of this range here. And we came up overnight, hit directly into that area. We rejected from that area and we made new lows. So that's where that scalp was a nice scalp that I was seeing. Now part of the reason I took that scalp is we were seeing bull divs coming into that. So if we zoom in onto the 15-minute chart, let me get rid of that. Let's get rid of this here. And you can see here, as we were coming down into this naked daily point of control, we were making, why do I keep doing that? All right, you can see lower highs in the momentum waves, money flow was coming up, lower lows in the price action. So we were seeing a 15-minute bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern. Coming into the naked daily point of control, we were seeing higher lows in the momentum waves, money flow rising over all of it. Took the long here. I think I took it, so I was very zoomed in on this. We had bounced from it, reclaimed it, and back tested it. And then after we back tested it and we're holding it, I longed somewhere in this candle here. And then just took it up, overnight, had my limits, limit TPs, boom. Now we dropped earlier today, dropped through, we failed the naked daily point of control when we were dropping today. We failed the naked daily point of control. You can even see we came up and back tested it here, could not get back above it, dropped down now into our golden pocket area. Now you can see it's been chopping around in our golden pocket pretty much this entire time here. And since we've lost our golden pocket, it's actually acting as a resistance for us. It's supposed to be a support level. I do want to come down to this area. This is the 786 area here. And we do have a pitchfork band of support just below that as well. So you can see the last time we hit into this pitchfork band of support, we got a strong bounce. Our pitchfork band of support here, and that is around our 886 level. Oftentimes, alts will retrace farther than Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes to the 786, alts will retrace to the 886. Now, the 886 lately has been a really key. I mean, a few of the other pro traders out there are calling it the new golden pocket, which I understand why, because it is doing pretty good. That's a shout out to the Legends community. So, anyways, our 886 is down at our pitchfork band here, and we might come into that and then pump. That is at 181, pretty much 180.94. That's a level that I'm watching for. Also, the 786, I am watching at that 786 as well. Now, if we start pumping to the upside from where we're at now, the top of the pitchfork, we have SFPs of these highs into the top of the pitchfork. So these highs here at 220 pretty much into the top of our pitchfork around 222. But first, I would say, we do have that kind of sort of descending channel here. It's not as nice on Solana as it is on some of the other alts, but we are in a descending channel here. I would do it from this one here. You can see we actually are trying to break it to the downside, back testing it, and now failing. So, but what I would do is not pay too much attention to that. I would be looking at your Fibonacci pull from high to low, and we would go with our golden pocket. Golden pocket there, and then we would do a volume profile pull of this sideways range. Since we started going sideways, you can see our value area high is in the golden pocket. Same setup that Bitcoin has for it if it locally pumps. That Bitcoin setup here with this more sideways range that we're seeing from here on. And then if Bitcoin pumps from where it is now, our high to low, our golden pocket value area high setup is right in here. So Solana as well. Golden pocket value area high setup right in here around 208, 208.5. That's kind of where I'd be watching. And then we also have these internal liquidity grabs here into our golden pocket. Of course, we do have our point of control. That could act as, and really our naked daily point of control. Now it's no longer naked because we've hit into it a few times, but actually I'll probably take it off the chart soon. I'll leave it on there for another few hours and then take it off. I actually have not checked naked daily points of control yet on Bitcoin or any of these alts that I'm covering. Okay, let me turn that back to the daily. Yeah, it's on the daily. Okay. All right, so we do have that new naked daily point of control here. We do have some above us as well. I already have those marked out. They're just turned off. So this is our new one that we just confirmed at 205. Okay, let me check Bitcoin real quick. Do we have any new naked daily points of control on Bitcoin? Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. No, no new ones on Bitcoin. We still do have that one. So also, one of the reasons I want to hit this golden pocket so much is because we do have that naked daily point of control in there. Gosh, that would be so nice to come down and actually hit it. Let's check Ethereum. Come on, indicator. Let's see. So Ethereum does have this one down here, but really no new ones because this is the one that we're on today. This is today's price action, or is it? Yeah. So let's mark this one out though. I don't know if I have this one marked out. I'm just gonna check something real quick here. Nope. Okay. Never mind. All right. So that is that. Back to Solana. So we do have that naked daily point of control around 205. Now I would say that this is a valid resistance because our much bigger range that we've been paying attention to, this whole sideways range here. So let me click on this and let me pull this all the way to present day now. And you can see that our naked daily point of control, let me get rid of this range to get rid of some confusion. You can see our value area low. That's what this line is right here. The value area low is aligning around that naked daily point of control. So this could also be sort of a resistance. The bearish backtest of our value area low and our naked daily point of control. Gosh, it's tough because I do like the smaller range value area high into the golden pocket better. This not that. This. We don't want to include the end of the impulse. Not even that one. Where was it? Let's go to our 1 hour chart. Hmm. No. Okay. Well, I know. Maybe this area here. Anyways, that value area I just showed you guys. Okay, now on this chart, I do have that bigger descending channel that we're in, still trading in on Solana. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. You can see we did reject from that area. Okay, and we're still just trading in this bigger descending channel. We are at that channel midline here. And this is the bottom of a pitchfork. Let me go check where that's from. No, that's the big daily ascending channel. Okay, so let me show you guys this on Solana here. So Solana's been in, just like Bitcoin was in its ascending channel from November 11th. Solana never really broke its. Bitcoin broke its to the downside. We back tested it, and then we've been trading more sideways. But Solana's been. This is on the daily time frame, so this is quite. Actually, this is from November of 2023. We've been in this big channel here. and we're coming up to the bottom. Once again, you can see the last time we hit the bottom at 165, we pumped all the way to the midline, had a really nice pump to the midline after hitting into the bottom. Now we've kind of corrected. You can see on the flash crash, we did drop into the bottom of it, but held it. And now we've kind of been dropping. So this bottom support here is going to be important. Let's zoom in on this. And let's do a Fibonacci pull. No, but that is around our 786. So, or 886, excuse me. So the 886 here, it's the bottom of our big daily descending channel. But also, if we go on back onto this chart here, it is also our pitchfork band of a pitchfork that we were in. So this 886 actually at 181-ish has a lot of support confluence with it. 181. Yeah. We could bounce from where we're at with this channel midline, or we could just chop around this channel midline for a few, like for a bit, like, kind of like Bitcoin's doing right now with that pitchfork band. Chop around this and then finally come up. All right, link. Chainlink. Someone asked me about Chainlink. And so I want to show you guys, man, you should go watch yesterday's video on Chainlink because we were at our local support level and it was right in, was it in here? No, we're at the value area low right now. You can see we're starting to form a range at the bottom of the value area low and our golden pocket is right below us. But let me go into my box here. Yes, okay, so this box. So yesterday in Chainlink, this was the first support level. When we were way up here, I made that support level. And I said that was going to be our first level to look for a bounce. Came into it, bounced a little bit. Came into it, bounced a little bit, bounced a little bit. And yesterday, we were making the video right as we were in here. Or I was making the video right as we were in here. And I said, if this does hold, I also did say it might not hold. But I said, if it does hold, we can expect a pump up to the top of our channel in confluence with our POC, our point of control. And overnight, as I was sleeping, that's exactly what we got. We got that pump up from that support into our channel. We hit pretty much into the channel directly to the cent and then rejected it. Now, this channel is that big 4-hour descending channel that Chainlink has been in ever since this correction, ever since after this impulse. So, actually, this is not the big 4-hour channel, excuse me. This is a smaller channel after the impulse, but our big channel we're still in as well. And I can zoom out to show you guys that in just a bit. Anyway, so we bounced from our support, came up to our channel, rejected it. So now I can get rid of this because that is no longer there. And we do have our range that we could pull. And this range here is just going to be of like this price action through here. And you can see we're at the value area low of our range and it's holding. We're starting to range here. But contrary to belief, if you start to range at a support and you keep hitting into the support multiple times, eventually you're going to break it to the downside. So what I would like to see, it's like poking holes in a piece of paper. It gets weaker every time, and then eventually you break it to the downside. So what I would like to see is if we're going to continue ranging in this area here, have one more low to grab the liquidity of the lows of this range here into our golden pocket, and then see the move up. And hopefully by then we can break this descending channel to the upside. Okay, so let's zoom out on Link here. Let's get rid of this. Let's go on to our 4-hour chart, and I will show you guys the bigger 4-hour descending channel. So let me get rid of all this very local stuff I just showed you. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this. And we are going to hide the smaller channel. Okay, and now on Chainlink, we've been in this bigger 4-hour descending channel here. You can see it in blue here. Bigger 4-hour descending channel, and we have just been chopping sideways in it here. We did bounce from the bottom of it on the flash crash after rejecting from the highs that Friday right before that. And so now we are just watching this channel. If we break this smaller descending channel that we're in, you can see we've been in this smaller descending channel through all of here. That was the one I was just showing you guys. if we break it to the upside, our midline of this channel around 20.5 is going to be important. Let's do a golden pocket pull from the highs here to our lows. Let's go to our golden pocket. And yeah, so our golden pocket is going to be right at that midline pretty much. I mean, we'd have to break up there pretty quickly, but this general area of support between 20.5 and 20.787 is going to be our resistance area locally if we break up right now. Ideally, we'd like to, just like with Bitcoin, come down to actually hit into our golden pocket instead of front running it. We also have a key liquidity grab, just like Bitcoin's. So let me zoom in on the 1 hour and I'll show you guys. This liquidity grab right here is like Bitcoin's wave 3 liquidity grab into the 786 I was showing you guys earlier in this video. So this one's at the golden pocket, but it's at the bottom of the golden pocket. So it would be nice to even wick a little bit past the golden pocket and get the SFP, but overall hold an hourly candle at or above the golden pocket and then pump. That's what I'm waiting for right now. And then, of course, this channel here is we're just trading in this channel. Now, if we break this to the downside, I do like the 786 into the bottom of the channel. So if we do a 786 fib pull, we go from the lows to our highs here. Let me fix that. To our highs here, and we look at our 786. We'll pull that over real quick, and you can see the 786 is aligning pretty nice with the bottom of the channel here. So if we continue chopping in this smaller channel, let me make this one pink so that we can tell the difference between the two big ones, the big one and the small one. So this area here, 17.3. If we break this, this is our first level here between 18 point, what was this? 18.33 and 18.12. Now, a couple days ago, I made an altcoin video about a bunch of alts, and I just went over higher time frame supports and resistances. So if you want to go watch that video, all those higher time frame support and resistances are pretty much still the same because we've kind of just been chopping for the last couple days locally. And I also ask you guys a question, whether you like that type of video or you like the video where I kind of walk you through more live. All right, guys, I got to get going. I hope this video helps. I'm going to upload it right now. Have a good one. I promise I'm going to make it public.